Nihilism is not cool. In our modern world, we've largely popularized this philosophy, and it's taken a huge toll on everyone. Now, the reason why it's being pushed so hard on everyone, I suspect, is exploitation. Hierarchy, because the people on top of the hierarchy of, civilization, it's in their interest that the people on the lower levels and at the bottom believe that everything is hopeless. Because revolution, resistance is an act of hope. So hopeless people will not fight back against exploitation. So a lot of the reasoning behind nihilism being pushed so hard in television, media, everywhere these days is that they want us to be trapped in the system. And if we go past a certain point of this horrible nihilism, it's going to be impossible to come back, to get enough people awake to actually do something about this. So it's not cool to believe that everything is meaningless, because you're forfeiting your own existence. Albert Einstein said that a person who believes that life is meaningless not only forfeits his own life, but also the lives of others. So by surrendering to nihilism, you give up your own life. You cease to... You debase yourself. You strip yourself of your own value. Because when you stop regarding yourself as valuable, you automatically lose a lot of value that you have through your actions that will follow that conclusion. And you don't cease to be valuable. You're still valuable, you still have value, but you're forfeiting a lot of the value you have. And following that conclusion, if you don't change back, you're going to fall down very, very quickly, exponentially, in fact. And so people who surrender to that type of conclusion are almost certain to die very soon, if not physically, then mentally. Sort of a death of the psyche, a death of the personality. By surrendering to nihilism, you doom yourself to death, because the logical conclusion of the philosophy of nihilism is suicide. So by surrendering to that philosophy, you surrender yourself to death, which is precisely why you must not do that. And its basic tenets are false. It's just plain false. Because consciousness, or the awareness of yourself, of others, and of the surrounding universe, makes life very meaningful, because it gives us the ability to experience. The philosophy of nihilism is largely a result of the traditional Christian view of time conflicting with the modern scientific view of the universe, because the Christian view of life views the end of life as the most important part, because you're going to go to heaven afterwards. So it views life solely as something to a gateway. Hello? Hello? So, the problem with this traditional Christian view of time is that it views life as merely a precursor to the afterlife. And with the absence of that, with the advent of modern science, we view death as the end of life. And we view death as the whole purpose of life. So you can see how that transition has been fatal for the modern world. But the purpose of life is living. So we have to stop viewing the purpose of life as the end of it, and start viewing the purpose of life as the present. Our modern view of time is largely the source of the terrible nihilism plaguing the modern world. So we have to adapt our view of time, because we have no present moment in the modern world. We view everything as past or future, but all is present. There's no past or future, only present. There's only... the past and future only exist as memory and as anticipation, as imagination. All you ever have, and all you ever will have is the present moment. And we've forgotten that in our modern world, and that's largely the source of our misery, is that we've forgotten the way time really works. We've forgotten the way life really works. And as a result, we've largely surrendered to exploitation, which only enhances our misery, enhancing this philosophy, and driving us deeper into this hole that it's really, really hard to climb out of. And as a result, society has largely gone downhill in the past few centuries. Not like... I'm not saying what you think I'm saying, but the foundation, the mindset of people has largely become a negative, cynical one. And that has had devastating effects. So life is very, very meaningful. And that is a result of conscious awareness of yourself, others, and the surrounding environment and universe. And so, by disregarding that value, the value of yourself, you disregard the value of others, the environment, and the whole universe. So you're not just debasing yourself, you're debasing everyone and everything. So we've largely removed the value from the universe, and we need to put it back. We need to view life and the universe as beautiful again. Or else we might face a terrible, terrible future. So yeah, start seeing the beauty in everything.